Look guys, we're at the swamp event, and today we're going to start taking a look at it. Okay, even though it's a bit late. But it's also true that at the beginning we were using up the tools. We were using up all the tools to restart the extractors. We're going to talk about that too, but let's see which parts are worth spending the tools on and which parts aren't. Alright, so you can choose. I brought a bit of everything, okay? I brought the battering ram. In fact, the battering ram, I'm going to bring another one because this one is a bit worn out, and I'll bring another one just in case. I've got one here, okay? I've grabbed another one. Just in case that one runs out. I don't think so because I'm not going to use it much. But anyway, I put the wheels on it. Okay, you know the wheels cost 20, the battering ram cost 20. Okay, I'm going to put this one here even though for now we won't need it. But anyway, we'll put it there too. This costs 60 and this costs 60. Okay, gas, I don't know why I have so little gas here. For the SUV, I have a bunch of tools. You'll see what they're for in a moment. And like I said, I've been collecting a few of these tools, but I've spent most of them on restarting the extractions, which in principle is profitable. Okay? Great for premium pass holders or anyone wanting to finish the free pass fast. But if you don't care, if you're free-to-play players and you don't mind reaching level 25 even if it takes a bit longer, that's fine, okay? You don't need to reset the extractors, or at least not all of them, okay? And I'm going to give you some tips on how to use those tools. The first thing we're going to do is upgrade one that I already think is worth it. Or at least I think it's worth it. It's the steel caterpillars, okay? These steel wheels, I think they're super worth it because the off-road vehicle is really slow. It's true that we can walk. I've already made a video and we've seen it these past few days that we can walk and it's fine, okay? Compared to using the off-road vehicle, if you upgrade it, well, it can be good, it can be cool. But if you're going to put the caterpillars on it, then yes, this is better than walking. If you want to save gas, you have to walk. What are we going to do? We're going to fill this door, the beta door. This simply gives you access. As you can see on the map, it gives you faster access to the map. Now, you don't need to repair both because once you fix this one, it already lets you return from the intermediate and final ones, which you'll see later is important. You can go to the map and return to the start. To come back to the center, just walk out from here. No need to repair. This one, you would just repair it in case someone only wants to do this extraction. Okay, repair this door, come here quickly. And even so, I'm telling you, I think it's almost faster to come this way because there's less swamp. Man, over here there are a couple of swampy spots and here there's only one. I think it's faster even with this door, so let's repair it since it actually seems useful to me. And if you have extra tools, it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring them. Is that okay? Since you have to add to it a little at a time, you have to bring them here however you can. Boom, 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 boom. Come on over here. Let's take it. 123 more. Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Let's put away the leftovers. I miscalculated. Come on, let's go this way. Put it here and leave this one open. Alright, later you'll see the rest, and also if you want to keep restarting the extractors, this is going to be especially useful. Alright, and now you'll see why. Alright, come on, let's go inside, and as always, we're going to collect all the chests and we're going to kill everything. But you can see that the all-terrain vehicle, the speed of the all-terrain vehicle is not the same anymore. Now the speed of the all-terrain vehicle with the tracks is something completely different. Look, we could do this on foot, but with the all-terrain vehicle, especially in the swamp, just look at its speed and how it handles water. Bam, 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 bam. Look, this thing goes so fast, man, that I went too far. This has never happened to me before. Going past the mark. This chest that's right here at the beginning, it's fast. The all-terrain vehicle is really fast. It goes super fast and off we go. If you're not going to farm the ash tree, you can go through wherever you want. If you are going to farm the ash tree, try not to break it, okay? You can run things over, okay? These zombies, especially the skinny ones, you just run them over and take them out, no problem at all. And if the all-terrain vehicle is even faster, even better. Check this out, guys. We did an extraction, and this extractor is the most profitable one. Not the one that gives the most points, but definitely the most profitable. Alright, because for just 5 tools, it gives you 500 points, while the intermediate extractor needs 15 tools, which is 3 times as much. Alright, it only gives you 50 more, which is 700 actually. Not even 50 more, it's a bit less. For triple the cost, it only gives you 50 more profit. And the hard one, the gamma one, costs 5 times more, but it only gives you 3 times more profit. It costs you 25, but it only gives you 1,500, which is 3 times more profit. So this one is the most profitable. If you want to spend tools, you should always do this one. It's not only more profitable in tools, but also in weapons. It's the easiest one, okay? So this is one of the most profitable ways to spend tools. If you want to earn points really fast and you don't have much time, okay? If you want to do each other's, but if time isn't the problem, okay? Always do this one. This one, which is the most profitable extractor, not the one that gives the most points, is the most profitable in terms of tools and in terms of spending weapons, armor, etc, etc. Look guys, 3 little boxes, boom, 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 inside, there it is, and we've collected everything here. Okay, I'm marking, I know I'm the one with the map, I'm marking everything. I've picked this one up, okay, I'm missing the one over there. I've grabbed this one, I've grabbed this one. All of these, all-terrain with the crawler, full speed. The 20 tools well spent, I mean, I would buy it. If you're coming with the all-terrain, if you're going to do any of the tricks like walking or whatever, then no. But if you're coming with the all-terrain, buy the crawler. Always, seriously, it's worth it. With it, you can get to all the boxes super fast. You grab all the boxes on the map and get back more than that. You grab all the tools on the map, you get 140, 150 tools. It gives you more than enough for anything you want to do. Take advantage of it because it really pays off. Check this out, guys. We're going to put the off-road vehicle inside and we're going to test the machine gun. You told me that some of you have even had trouble with firearms. We'll place it here without covering anything. I'll put the turret here and point it the other way so it doesn't fall. There are probably better ways to use it. And I'm going to activate the automatic mode and I'm going to stand with firearms on the opposite side. This is the hardest one, right? Maybe the one that costs the most overall. Although maybe yes, because in the Gamma you can use melee weapons, but here you can hardly use melee weapons. Here it all has to be firearms. Even though I brought the brutalizer, I also brought the mini Uzi. I'm sure the brutalizer will be enough, but I have this activated. Everything that comes from there will be killed by the terrain, alright? And everything that comes from here, I'll kill myself, alright? Let's see how much I spend. If this is profitable or not, let's see. Obviously, this is either profitable or not. Well, if you have extra tools, then it's fine. You save on firearms, alright? So is this profitable? Yeah, how profitable is it? Is it more profitable than other things? Less profitable? Well, that's something you have to see if it's more or less profitable than other items. But you definitely save on firearms. That's clear. That's very clear. Alright? Everything that comes from there, usually you just get spitters and stuff from there. It works for me. Alright? From that side, and I'm over here. The Cayman, watch out. I can kill the Cayman here with this because the Cayman goes crazy. When the Cayman starts thrashing his tail, I can kill it with this. Yeah, since they have 40 health, defeating them with this makes me feel a bit bad. Do you see all this? Most of the 40 health zombies come from this side. Mainly spitters and runners, but mostly those two. Do you notice nearly everything from there are runners, okay? From that side and from this one, from all this area here, yeah, maybe some might slip through here. But everything that comes from here, I could kill it with... I have the brutalizer, but I could kill it with a melee weapon or whatever, okay? And that would be a way to save resources. There, I'm starving to death at the worst possible moment. No way. Can this really be predicted? Look, the runners ran by, but they died anyway. Look, it's not touching, it's not touching. The one there came in. Can you do something else? Bring it over here, okay? It helps you kill it. If you don't want it to kill you, use your resources, bring it over, and it helps you finish it. That's it. If I were you, I would try to use the machine gun here, more than in the other area, okay? Because in the other area, you can combine a firearm and a melee weapon and all that. I would use it here. How much have we spent on the turret? Well, look, it's enough for a few extractions. It'll give us at least 5, more or less, which is quite a lot. And now the door we repaired is going to come into play. Why? With this, we already have 4, okay? 4 chests. What should we do here now? Well, we would have to leave the map or go back to the beginning. You know that sometimes what we do here is go down, leave, come back in, or come from behind. It's a real hassle. However, with this, okay? With the door now repaired, we just take the off-road vehicle, plus with the caterpillar tracks, we go super fast. When you start to accumulate tools, you have to use them on these things, okay? The caterpillar tracks, the door, all of this saves you a lot of time. Plus, time is really important. Now, we come this way, you see? Here it is open. We need to kill all the zombies first. I've picked up both boxes, and you must use this exit since there are 2 boxes. So, that's another advantage for repairing this box. And the biggest advantage is that we could walk. Here we could leave the SUV and just walk. But of course, we're here to drop off the chests. We don't want to be carrying the chests from back there, walking all this way. Because if what we want is to save time, we don't want to waste an hour just carrying the chests. So let's take the SUV right up to the door, deliver everything. Look, it won't take us any time to come back. And the best part is that now, to go back to the camp again, where we have to do the extractions again and again, it won't take us any time, okay? Let's go quickly. Let's go with the crawler, with the iron track. Well, look, 2 extra extractions done, okay? We've done all 3. Obviously, all with tools, okay? It's a bit less profitable than... Actually, this is the least profitable of all. On top of that is the hardest and the least profitable when it comes to tools, okay? For 15 tools, it only gives you 700, okay? The other one gives you more than double, okay? For less than double the cost, the shrimp, okay? It gives you 1500 for 25. How much did we spend on 3? Well, we've spent quite a bit. It would be enough for 4 or 5 of the ones I brought with the administration. In these, I brought the Caymans. I've been bringing the Caymans so the turret could kill them. So I've spent a bit more. And maybe it's enough for 4 extractions. Well, 60 tools. You can get them. You can bring them from time to time as support every now and then for an extraction. You can bring them. Is it worth it? Yes. How profitable is it? Is it super profitable? Is it not very profitable? Well, it's profitable. You decide. It depends on the difficulty, the weapons you want to save, and so on, and so on. But it is profitable. We're getting to an important area, so I can explain something to you, to explain the RAM. You can enter this area. You can bring the off-road vehicle through here, okay? Where this container is, right here, okay? It fits through here. You can get it through here easily. I did it myself yesterday. You can bring the off-road vehicle through here. But, okay? If you lower this container, which you do with this generator, it gives you a chest with items, okay? You lower this, it'll hit some guys up to here. Boom! It falls there. It blocks the entrance for the off-road vehicle. What's going on? So if you now want to enter with the off-road vehicle here, okay? Because you want to place the turret, for example, right? I mean, or to block some entrance. You know, the off-road vehicle isn't just for placing the turret, but also for blocking an entrance. Although usually, if you can block the entrances from inside, you can also block them from outside, right? So you don't need to go in for that. It would just be to place a turret or something like that. The battering ram seems to me to be one of the most useless things, okay? So it's true that it's nice, it's cool and all that, but the battering ram is useful. It says reinforce your off-road vehicle and it lets you destroy most of the obstacles in your way. It doesn't say anything else, but it's possible that when you have it equipped, when you crash into trees or zombies hit you, it might take less damage, okay? The battering ram takes damage similar to the motorcycle, but it's not clearly stated. I'm unsure about that. However, if equipped, crashing into trees wears it down. So if you'll use it later, leave it off, since using it only for trees doesn't make sense. What is this for? Well, it's used to get here. We get in here, we have the battering ram, okay? And we want to get the off-road vehicle in, okay? So you get here. Boom! Break it and get the off-road vehicle in, alright? How much did this cost us? Honestly, I don't think it's profitable at all. Even if it costs 20 tools or just 2, it's not worth it to me. How much was it? Almost nothing. Actually, it's not that little. You could use it to break doors for fun. Yeah, just for laughs. Perfect. But as for usefulness, none. None of the other camps need the battering ram. For this camp, if you use it before lowering the container, it's not needed either, okay? And even so, for this one, I'm not going to use the turret for this extraction anymore, so from my point of view, it's not worth it at all. I'm going to do all 3 extractions, and we'll also talk a bit about the tools for this 3rd extraction. Look guys, 3rd extraction, okay? With this, we've done 8 extractions, but I want to do 9, so we have to go back to the base again and come to do the last extraction. Since we've repaired the door, you don't need to fix the last one. It's much easier for us now. Look where we are. If not, we just take the path up and return. That's it. I already picked up these 2 extras, so I'll mark them since I got them. Look, you go out through the main door, the one we just broke, take the path, and you'll see. I'm not even going to cut this, you'll see. How long it takes to cross, you go along the path sticking to the right, okay? Whenever it splits to the right, bam, 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 here it splits to the right. And now we're at the entrance. This is the entrance. These are the cars that were here before, and this goes to this. It's the entrance gate, and now we're here. It takes no time at all here. In fact, it almost takes less time this way than through the gamma gate, which honestly isn't worth repairing. I wouldn't repair it. Repair this one, because with this one, it's more than enough. Look, guys, what do we still need to try? The hook. The hook in the alpha didn't give tools. I haven't tried it yet in the update, okay? I don't think it gives tools, but let's check to be sure. So, as for tools, it won't really be worth it for tools, but it might be worth it for items. If you start having extra tools, I don't know. Let's open doors and let's open chests. Let's open several of each, okay? We put it in here, you know. You throw the hook. Let's go. I'm going to try opening doors first, or let's see the percentage it uses. Notice that this used up about 20%, okay? It would let us open maybe about 5 doors, just so you get the idea, okay? From the reward it gives you, you just multiply it by 5, more or less. Although we'll open several, in case any of them have something different. I don't know, maybe they don't. No. Plus those scraps, right? Damn, I thought going for scraps would get you out of the swamp. Let's see what's here. We'll check the first base later too, because at the first base, wow, so stingy, so little. This one gives very little. The one at the first base may be better, since I'm going there from the other side to finish it. There's a door at first base with 3 chests, okay? Even if they're average, like this one, at least there are 3. I'm going to hit myself with this rock. Okay, second hook. Alright, second chest from the hook, okay? I noticed we've used about 40%. This one's much better, right? 3 engine parts, more gasoline, aluminum, iron, a bandage. Well, stuff, okay? Little things. It's a bit better, huh? It's a bit better. Since we're here, let's start grabbing these chests too, okay? Because later we'll get another hook and we'll do some tests with doors and chests, alright? I want to see both things. Boom! We skip it, we skip this, okay? And let's see what we get from the little chest too, alright? Obviously, it's just a reward. Man! Well, this one's not bad. This one's not bad. It also gives us copper, an engine part, and gasoline. I need to check the cost since I wasn't paying attention, but this one's fine. This chest is good. We'll see if they're all like this. Same, it's 20. It doesn't matter if it's one type of chest or another. We spend 20 another hook chest. You see? I spend 20. It doesn't matter what you open. Whether you open this or a door, it costs me 20. So we'll have to see if this is worth it. And if it's worth it, if there's something that's even more worth it. Because I'm talking about the initial base one. Look, an off-road wheel. I didn't know you could get an off-road wheel here. And I'm taking it. These might come in handy for upgrading the off-road vehicle in the future when leveling up is possible. Another hook, right? Come on, Ganchito. Boom, let's go. Do you see it now? They don't give tools, but they often provide good items like copper, engine parts, or gasoline. Usually at least some gas in the end. We've seen many gas-saving tricks. People give engine parts and gasoline. It's usually worthwhile. Plus, there's always some metal, iron, or a bit of copper, but not much copper. You can see what they're giving us to grab, right? Come on, Ski Sir. Are you catching on? Come on, wow, good job. You really know how to do it, El Chicha. You really know how to do it. Okay, I'm dying of thirst. Well, you've already seen what it gave, more or less. I put it in so fast, but well, more or less you see it. You see what it gives, okay? Let's grab another one we have here since we have it right here next to us. This will be the last one I grab. We'll get the rest at 2 doors. Of the 2 camps left, I think we're going down. Man, look, this time, instead of a plate, engine parts, dude, I have 14, I have a bunch. Steel, more gas than gas. I'm loading up here. Of course, I'm not filling up the tank, okay? There's some gas left here, but you can't fit everything. You'll need several trips to take it all. We made it to the 2nd camp, okay? Beta camp. This one also has a door. Each camp has at least 1 door, okay? So, boom, we open it there. We get out. Look, the tire is already in the red. They're wearing out, but they last an entire map, picking up everything, going everywhere, and returning to deliver. It's very similar to what we've gotten in the other places. Gasoline, metals, and maybe one more item, which could be... Well, it depends on the case, okay? I've already seen that it can give us steel, or it can give us another item and something like an engine part. Or it can give us something like this. What it gave us? A crossbow. Well, but it's all very similar. Well, first cam, the good thing about this one is that it has 3 chests. What I don't know is what these chests will give, if the chests are similar. You can buy a hook, okay? If the chests were similar, you could buy a hook to open this door for 5 days instead of opening 5 chests elsewhere or other doors. There are zombies here, so you'll need to kill them. They're easy zombies. With a melee weapon, you can kill them easily, okay? Don't go crazy either. Now you can open this door since it opens from the inside. And now the key is to see what's in these chests, okay? Weaker ones, these. This one is weaker, at least. I don't know what this one has, but this one's weaker. This one didn't give us anything cool, really. Look, now this one, yes. This one is very similar to the previous ones. In fact, look, a car battery, okay? Engine part, this one is very similar. If this one is also very similar, okay? Or it doesn't even matter, even if it's not similar. Look, it's the same if you're going to buy a hook, okay? Buying a hook daily isn't worth it since it doesn't cover everything. Instead, I get the crawler, unlock the door, and buy the turret. They save me a lot of disassemblies. You won't get a hook daily, but I might get one every 5 days. You buy it, you use it, you open this door every 5 days, and that's it. And you get 3 chests, one of which is bad. Well, it's like 2 decent chests like the others, where you get a lot of gas, and besides, if you get some copper, some steel, a weapon, or something like that, that's great. I've already seen, guys, that it's about resetting the... Extractors are always worth it. We've already seen which are more profitable and which are less, but some modifications and doors are also worthwhile. Based on what I've shown, you can choose your path. But there are quite a few things that are profitable, and not just profitable, but can also help us go much faster. Like the wheels, for example, which I think just broke on me right now, right? And they make this go a lot faster because otherwise the speed multiplies, or rather it gets divided. Anyway, guys, use the tools wisely because they help us spend less and get things done much faster. The event.